So over the years, I developed a method, and I'm going to say I probably developed it between, I created this thing just to make it simple for me to do my job well. My job's important to me, and I want to do it well. So I call it the TAP method. And why we need this TAP method is because there's too much data now. So around 2002, 2003, I was experiencing this. I was saying, I can't keep up. I'm delivering a lot more data, but is it the right data? So using this method is super simple, guys, like really easy. And we want to use it because any good method should be transferable, predictable, scalable, repeatable. It's all of those things. So transferable, meaning I can use it to measure employee sentiment. I can use it to measure customer spend. Scalable, I can use this method to set a data analytics strategy for an organization, for my department, because I lead a data analytics department, or for an individual project. And we're all looking at data in some capacity, whether we work in data science or not. We're all looking at our data. So what does it mean? It's a pragmatic approach, and it stands for tools, analysis, and population. And you think that's really simple, right? You're like, this is super easy. Of course, we use tools, analytics, and population, but we don't always get it right. So I'm going to do a couple really easy, really relatable things that we've all experienced, but we can make this very complex if we need to. So one of the things we do, most of us have experience, is something called an engagement survey. Everyone works at a company here, and sometimes it's called an employee survey or a culture survey, the pulse. It has different names, but once or twice a year, a company survey goes out. And what we hope to do with these is gather data and then make some decisions. Maybe there's some gaps. When we get the data back, we analyze it, and there'll be some gaps. And we use this to sort of build up our company culture and our knowledge. And we'll ask questions like, I know what's on a scale of like disagree to agree, or 0 to 10. We'll ask questions like, I know what's expected of me. I have the materials I need to do my job. My organization fosters a culture of collaboration. Or conversely, we work in silos from disagree to agree. And we measured this. And then we develop these programs, right? This is kind of, we all do this. But remember, I like to keep things super simple and super easy because it really bothers me when it's not really easy for me to understand. So at its essence, I just want to say this, at its essence, an employee survey asks how happy you are. It asks how happy you are in your work environment, not at home or at school, right? But in your work environment, how happy are you? What's going on? How do you feel? How happy you are? And I'm just going to add this one little piece of data because I feel like it's kind of important. We all should know it. It's asked by the person who pays you. So we got to think about that, right? It's asked by the person who pays you. So that could be a problem with certain questions because studies tell us between 30 and 50% of people lie on their surveys. 20% don't even respond. So we're working on this sort of marginal information, and we're developing our projects and our initiatives based on this information. So surveys are a tool. So remember, tools, analysis, and population. So we want to think about when we're measuring things, how the tool is one of the first things we think about. What are we measuring? And then we go the tool, the analysis, and the population. So I'm just going to tackle psychological safety because this is a big one and super important, particularly in, if you're in a hospital setting, you need a speak-up culture, you need to feel psychologically safe. If you're in a pharma organ, anywhere, psychological safety is critical. And what it basically means is, do you feel safe to speak up in a work environment without repercussions, without fear of negative impact to your job or promotability? Do you feel safe to speak up? And we ask people this on our surveys. We say, sometimes we ask directly, right? We'll say, do you feel safe to speak up on a scale of 0 to 10? Or, I know where to go to report a problem. Sometimes we ask a little indirectly, and we'll say, my manager values my opinion, or I can bring my authentic self to work. These are all sort of identifiers of psychological safety. We do those surveys, we send them out, we get the score, it's a 7. We high-five each other at the town halls, and we go, woo, remember, you can go, to this anonymous link on the HR internet, and we put a little link there as a reminder, and we're all happy, and we're all pretty good about it. So that's the tool we use, generally. All of us do.